Welcome back. Constantly on attack, that's a fact you gotta deal with. Hold up, wait, you just seen the real shit. Tired of staring at the fake. I get it, yep. Analyze what's going on, patient. You gotta have it in your back pocket. I suggest you just kid and wait. Throw that on the scale too. You're lurking like a bitch you really wanna do. All them nasty things in the porno reels. But hold up, homie. Hold up, wait. Nah, I see how it feels. Yep, hold up, wait. Kick him in the back of the step and drag on your heels. Okay, so where the dope is and what's the prognosis? How am I? How are you? I'm a cool and high. I'm finna get high. How you do? What you do? True. Never fake. Authentic as fuck. You gotta wait. And they gotta hate. We all gotta create. Evidence to Murgatroyd. Look at the time you took. Look at this you didn't make. Pull up, mate. Some of this to the blunt before it's too fucking late. What up, what up, what up? Another day's up. 2 weeks in. Crazy as fuck. Hello from Amsterdam. What's going on? Quinko. Been there 18 times. My favorite coffee shop from Amsterdam. It's no longer open. Was the Rasta Baby. Within 60 given minutes, still coming within 60 given minutes, which accumulate to now. I take the situation to do what I do now. All you gotta really do is go ahead and admit, bow. One knee to the ground. Make sure that you found that your Lord is around now. If this wasn't for that, then I never played the saxophone back in Miami, selling crack back in New York. What have we? A bad boy from the street, jazzy. No kid named Jeff. Yes, I'm feeling like the prince, and I know what's best. Brother's keeper, you couldn't see it under that. Hold up, wait. Off your feet, you got sweeped up. Hit one chiefed up. They never found the body, only remains of his teeth, but chief up. To this point, I keep it all scory. I don't even gotta know. They lying like they was talking to Maury. What you want is more of what? I said, what you want is more of what we got to offer. Zigzag patterns ran on the field for laughter. Adds up to usual chatter. And it don't matter. I'm chilling. Now after further anatomy, I think I figured out why they mad at me. Bitches detect shit like Cagney and Agatha and that bitch that was writing a novelty about murder. Anthony Hopkins, hold up, wait, nah, stop it. Pull the mask back. Enjoy the fava beans with the optics. Throw that under the shit, yeah, agnostic. Got the world in my palm and I feel like Cybertron fit as well. Questions you keep asking on the different accounts. I asked it 2 times, so what the fuck? Take them to hell. If it wasn't, then they fell. And if it was just heaven, then you nail. Unless it wasn't, then I didn't know for a moment that I was supposed to fail. Hey, hold up. Times are changing, actions rearranging. And you once thought everything was cool, now you look back and see shit was strange, fam. Came up with an ill-advised plan. I'm still my brother's keeper, not a Sam. Bo, Not chasing the Jacksons either, so hold up, wait, no apology for me. Cast out by the group that said it and made it a hit, so altogether we just sing in harmony. What? You talking about harmony? That's crazy. If you want your brothers, keep it safe, be lazy, energetic, and always ready to get it. But you ain't figured this out for no type of minute. And the equation for what it is just you gotta set it. That was just a button pressing. Reply to your comment in a moment with the lesson. Test him, guarantee fail. Life doesn't hold guarantees. The gravity is off the opposite. If you jump off the roof, you deal down. He said you will fail, you will prevail right to hell. First, you will prevail right to hell. First, you not know. What's this? Coasting mentally, you know how I go in. Rearranging, the country's changing, seems strange, and you know what you up against, but they ain't never tend your support. They always play defense. No offense, just take it like you know. They was always acting dense, and the tension could cut with a machete. It ain't my fault you ain't ready. Tails ahead, you made your choice. Hold on, wait, you ain't even got the chords. Reaching in your pocket, everything's going. You gotta get it. Now you'll go get it, forget it. You ain't got a minute to waste. Just throw it and earn yourself in your pace. That's your slice, that's your case, that's your number, that's your docket. Oh shit, they put you here? Stop it. Alright, the object is to continue. Upon the venue, poison, I might send you. Oh, that's a link. Like the Bismarck, or was it the Bismarck? Hold up, no, it was Titanic, it was after dark. Crash into this cold fold moment, but you ain't even see by tenfold how we going. Huh? Add that to what you supposedly knowing. He picked up a measly sword against a shogun. Huh? Never had the shogun, he showed them which way it is, closing open. Case or matter or topic, catch the chatter, it's easy, stock it. He said stock it like you was copping wholesale. And don't get all emotional telling me how the hoes feel. Bitch ain't came up off 4 shit, I can tell you how the whole failed. Talking dogs, please, we're seeing the helicopter was shot and then spun into the hologram. Only the helicopter failed, so talking about hold up there. We got a whole lot of this conspiracy all up in the air. on something. It feels like an occupation. Hey, Blunt. No, seems like you're live for a minute. Okay, Michael Davis, no gimmick. Salute to you, member. Welcome. All back in it. Never feeling timid. Just felt the moment to yell timid. Like I'm in a park, chilling in the south state of my mind. After dark, hark, who goes there? It's Mo Frere. It's French for brother. And it's another and another. And you're gonna have to talk to somebody's mother. Smother all that thought like gravy over potatoes. It goes. It's not a problem. They was saying 7, I dropped 8. 807, 708. Put the numbers together. It never matters. It always shows up on the same equation. We not late. They hate. We expected. Yet again, never neglected. Saluting, eject the shit. If they ever try to stop here and make a hold on, nah, hold up, wait. Yeah, you got that. Been working out in the gym. So I'm feeling great like Tony the Tiger. The answer to the situation is how'd I catch up to you on this frequency against that algorithm and hear you over this wire? I inspire that kind of thought. Man, the picture says 1,000 words. Look what she brought. You sought mad intention. I was looking for education, so I was just bugging and asking in the session. If it wasn't this, then where's the blessing? Cool. Majestic. Instead of strings, they're buttons. Press it. You can get the emoji to continually do what it does. Look, watch, it's just flexing. Haha. Watch that new, that new Tom. That new TBA. TBD movie. It's good live, check me out. What's the TBD? TPB movie? Got me stuck. What you talking about? Trailer Park Boys got a new movie. Okay. I haven't seen the first. I saw a Jackass, but I never went and checked out the Trailer Park Boys. That's what it is. I'm just taking my smoke break. You know what I mean? Chilling. What's up? Y'all are all in good vibes. Exactly, Ian. Remember that when I had that? The black and yellow poster. Felt like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So what y'all got going on, man? Who talking about what? What they talking about?
Alrighty, let's go ahead and bring out
our next topic.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and bring out our...
Just when you thought, that's exactly when they made their next move. The incremental moment when you thought That's when they fired off the distraction. Good luck. I'm in the highest elevated state land America has to offer. You look up at the clouds, wherever you're at, that's where I'm at. And from up here, the view is cool. From a mountain viewpoint, a mountaineer's viewpoint, if you will. You all are bugging the fuck out. All things sea level. We chilling up in these mountains. You don't hear too much coming out of Colorado. Used to. They cool that shit off a little bit, you know. They let the rest of the country catch some chaos. And it seemed like the rest of the damn country down there losing y'all motherfucking morals, minds, all sorts of shit. Not that it's a necessary utopia up here, because now that they got the now that Trump's on this the whole ICE raid thing and all that, the migration deportation era, there's a lot of mijos and mijas up in these mountains. Oh yeah. But I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen an ICE raid. I haven't seen any agents kicking in doors. That's not to say it's not happening. I just ain't seen it. But yeah. I'm in the highest point America has to offer. Getting high as fuck. When they ask, I tell them that's what's up. And I hope everything all right for y'all, no matter where you are. You know what I mean? Don't get too overworked by it all. Make it work for you. A lot of people spent their time hating, and look, it was all for what? It's a distraction, because now everybody getting hated on. Boy, there's so much hate everywhere. In the second week of this president's term, I made one comment, right? On a platform about a situation. And in 24 hours time, I got over 3,200 responses. In agreement and disagreement. Somebody stated on their reel that Mexicans have always stood Mexicans have always, this is somewhat what someone put on their reel. Like they were talking, yo, I don't understand, what's the problem? And they were saying, Mexicans have always stood with blacks. I said, no, they haven't. And in fact, the Latin community, for an overall, there might be some, but for an overall grade, the Latin community overall has never stood with the Black American community on anything. That's the fact that I know, as I know it. That sparked an entire outrage. People from all over chiming in, yeah, you're right. And then, nah, you're wrong. In my opinion, I put up, I believe, and in further opinion, I believe people don't like the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They can't handle the truth. Like Jack Nicholson told Tom Cruise, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. And that's an easy statement for me to have had made, which I still find consequently truthful, because it's been that exact fact for every culture. All cultures. In these days and time, predominantly stand the fuck alone. That is to say, if there's an issue in India, and you see Indian people gathering or rallying for the matter, you don't see a whole bunch of other ethnicities with them. No, that's them standing on their own. And this applies to just about every culture. I think every, pretty much, really. You can't wait until you knocked on your back to expect people to have your back. Those people that you expect to have your back because you got knocked on your back, you needed to have their back before you got knocked on your back. Word. And yeah, they said something like, during BLM, we stood with y'all. No, I didn't see any of that. Additionally, just backtracking the Black Lives Matter movement, all I saw was a narrative get hijacked and trolled. People took the energy, took the movement, flipped it into something else. And it got way away from its origin point, which was for George Floyd and other victims of police brutality. Simple. End result, two lesbians make out like thieves in a bank off the issue. So people capitalized on the whole matter. People got money off of it and didn't go and give it to the George Floyd family. And now, before I cut on the live, I see there's yet again the same situation. Not even the same, different. So they say George Floyd was a previous addict of some sort, whatever. This guy wasn't. This guy was a customer standing in, I forget which food chain place, but something to the effect of like Olive Garden or one of those kind of places. A 53-year-old man, they damn near hog-tied him, carried him out, put a knee on his chest, and suffocated him to death. So, George Floyd and all that happened, what we looking at, about 5 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago now? To be the first to say that if cultures stood for cultures, stood with cultures, we'd get a lot more done as a people. But since everybody thought it was funny.
So Donald Trump says he believes in
Tragedy is funny when you don't have to deal with it. As soon as you got to deal with it, oh, it ain't so funny no more.
So Donald Trump says he believes in reparations for white people who have suffered under DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Here it is.
I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
Here's how Joy Reid and Don Lemon reacted to Trump's proclamation.
Reparations are for white people. This is America.
So, in other words, reparations for white people. Any comments on that, Trumpers?
Now, I really would like, specifically, Black Trump supporters to opine on this measure. I consider it to be madness. You all have an invitation here in time. As for the Trumpites, well, we already know this was the plan all along. Let's put up. There he is. He is the great champion of racist bigot in America.
Now run it back.
All righty, let's go ahead.
Racist,
Hey folks, you won't believe this. This is a GP 365.
racist bigot in America. Told you. So Donald Trump says he believes in reparations for white people who have suffered under DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Here it is.
I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
I personally hate when people do that. Why don't you fucking take it on the liberty of your fucking stupidity to twist my words? If I say this, I said that. I didn't hear the man mention a goddamn thing about reparations. White reparations. No. What I heard was he was going to come down on institutions that were discriminating, racially profiling students. Now, does that mean white, black? I don't know. Racial profiling happens for a lot of people, huh? And I didn't hear him say, use the word reparations, and then go into this DEI thing. Don't. Hey. Well, people always do that, though. If a story's told 10 times later, after it being related and told again, it's a completely fucking different story. It's so far from whatever the fuck the story started at.
Here's how Joy Reid and Don Lemon reacted. Donald Trump says he believes in reparations for white people who have suffered under DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Here it is.
I don't hear Donald Trump.
I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools
that continue to engage in racial discrimination. Yeah, that sounds right. What's the problem with that? Because that's going on. Can't be black schools racially discriminating against white students. There aren't that many black schools. No, it has to be the other way around. Ivy League schools shunning out others. In attempts to keep the American education system American. But seriously, again, he didn't use the word like they're using it. No. And he didn't use the word at all.
So Donald Trump says he believes in reparations for white people who have suffered under DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Here it is.
Now that's his interpretation of what he said. And he's free to have his interpretation, but reparations is a hard word to throw around. The reparations for white people. Oh yeah? And then how does that break down?
I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
Here's how Joy Reid and Don Lemon reacted to Trump's proclamation.
Reparations. But for white people. This is America.
And for Don Lemon to say that, like, I used to respect him. No, I don't anymore. I have my reasons. But it falls in with the same reasons of which he got himself canceled. And for him to say that, it's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's straight up crazy talk. When he's a gay man who's with a white man. And he's also a man who's gotten paid by the corporations. He's getting good bread. He got enough money. He may seem washed up. He good. Probably got himself about 4 or 5 houses and shit. He good. So all that fucking shucking and jiving didn't pay off. can't put words in people's mouths. You can't make them say things they didn't say. Straight up. Like like she's about to say, so in other words, no. There is no so in other words. And the exact words of what he said, what I heard from right there, is that he's going to go after schools that have been holding back students. Yeah. That's what that translates to in other words. I didn't hear reparations for white people. What the fuck? Where did that come from? And in same just like last year and the year before last and that year before last, stupid ass idiotic fashion, people are just continuously repeating stupid rhetoric. Hey, man was up against how many charges? None stuck. And it's proven that they falsified their evidence. They went about it illegally. They lied under oath just to try to get him out the picture. Interesting. So if they do all that, and at the least they're always going to twist his words. And me, I'm no Trump Knight. I'm no Black American for Trump. No. I'm just a Black American for this country. Who, term after term, no matter who was in office, had to abide by. That wasn't something you could just, oh, okay, well, that's not my president. No, that's your president. You may not like them, but as official things go and what have you, yep, that's the president of your country right now. You may not have elected him. You may have elected him. You may have had to do nothing. You may have had nothing to do with the elections. Whatever. It's still a fact for each person. The winner, the loser, and the person with non-involvement. This is the chief in command now. Okay. Now, whether you support him, don't support him, or are neutral, it would probably behoove all three to pay fucking attention to what's going on. What is he doing? Instead of looking to pick or find argument and wrong, that doesn't sound like a bad plan to me at all. As far as from what I heard. Okay. Isn't there a whole issue across this country with student loans and the institutions in school and the school system? Yeah, there is. There is. And it needs to be addressed. Last I remember, when Joe Biden took office, he was talking about doing away with the student loans. 4 years later, all he did away was with, what did he do with his pardons? Pardon his son, this and that, and fuck your child's or your school bills or whatever. Just gonna get part of my son and all my cronies and people. And, all right, we out. I'm gonna head up to the Hamptons. He left that situation with all these students unresolved. In my opinion, it would have been nothing but one of those executive order write-offs. No American student, all American students, negative balance are brought to zero. All. And anyone in a current semester or tuition is paid off. We cover the balance. And all the incoming classes get, a 60% government stipend from whatever their tuition costs from here forward. You know? And that money saved can go to better classes. Teachers really don't get paid that much. We go to pay them. And other things that are needed. In China, they pay something like $1,000 to go to law school. Something like $1,500. Where here it's like fucking 40,000, 80,000. That's a country that's 3 times our size. I've always looked at them like, hey, living over there must be harsh. Come to find out, it really isn't that harsh. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with communism or shit like that. Just systems that work, formulas that work for better living for civilians. Better government-civilian relations. Week 2, we'll see where all this goes. Four airplane crashes in the last 72 hours. It's never happened. I personally think I see through the distraction. It's a distraction, it's a tragedy, but it's also a distraction. It's intentional. It's aimed to distract everybody's attention, to distract your attention from what we was just paying attention to. There's a lot of things that if you really don't stay up with it, it gets swept under the rug. that's another method as well. If they continue to, if you overwhelm people with a bunch of information, what are they able to retain? Some things for sure. But even those things that they end up being able to retain, if you continue to flood them with shit, no, you just put people in a chaotic state of mind. That's it. That's the formula. They were just on the issue with the guy deleting the CEO, right? And following the rabbit hole because that guy connected with some other situation, all sorts of shit, and then now, oh, it's getting too close, so now I gotta throw some other shit in. And on all of the planes, all these 4 accidents that just took place, there were important people on the plane. It's not that no one's not important, everybody's important, but there were people that were gonna make a difference. Researchers and stuff, and they always come up in these type of scenarios. Listen. The last time they had air issues, airspace issues, it was with that balloon from China. Before that, 9/11. And now. I want to believe, I haven't connected the dots fully yet. I still got dots to find. But I want to believe that one of the plane incidents taking place in Philadelphia has something to do with no, it can't be. So I'm wrong. I was thinking, the Super Bowl with the Eagles, but they're not going to play there. They're going to play in New Orleans. Right, I thought that's where the Super Bowl was going to be held or something. So, all right, and there's no dot to connect on that. Prayers to the victims, to the families. On the plane and those that might have been hurt on the ground. But I also saw a photo of one of the crash sites, really didn't look like there was a plane that crashed there. So gonna have to give this time to unravel. It's my belief that there's foul play. These things weren't a coincidence. And with the finding of the plane of Malaysia, that missing plane, that plane that went missing 7 years ago type shit, they found it. It was all shot to hell and shit. It was brought down by other planes, by jet fighters. So, and they knew that. They just told us they didn't know, and the plane went missing. So, blatantly lying about 60 some odd lives. That's some pretty wicked shit. And now only releasing the information on it way later when, you know, what can be done about it, you know? That won't make it into court for another 10 years. Wait a minute. Fighter jet shot down a commercial plane? And yet again, there's a bunch of researchers, medical researchers. There's a team of them on that plane, the Malaysia plane. They've done a whole documentary on, yeah, the plane went missing mysteriously. Now that shit got shot down, just straight up. That's what happened. Guess they wanted to keep it under wraps, because if you told the people that commercial planes were coming under fire from military planes, flight sales might have, you know, decreased. There wasn't no aliens that took the plane. They didn't fly into the Bermuda Triangle and shit. No. They were shot down. So, when the chief in command, love him or hate him or not, says things like, it's fake news. Whether you like him or not, you might just want to look into that. Again, some people don't like the truth.
what I want to do. Yeah. You know that I want to do, bro. What this thing is what I want to do. Yeah. You got this thing is what I want to do. Yeah. 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 I'm this thing is what I want to do. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
Radio frequency, the first in the world, the car with unlimited driving range. This is the first car in the world that has got unlimited driving range, meaning to say you don't have to recharge it. It uses a radio frequency to generate energy. So, nothing, no fuel. The first in the world. Yeah, from the radio frequency. Yes, we have done it in Zimbabwe. Yeah. So the vehicle, it is powered with what we call a microsonic energy device. That is the device. Thank you, Excellence. Yeah, the vehicle, it uses what we call the microsonic energy device. A microsonic energy device, it is the device that I personally invented in 2009, which harness radio frequencies, converted it into energy. As you know, radio frequencies, they are measured in nanovolts, meaning to say they are less than a volt, they are just like nothing, but we find a way of harnessing it through the creation of the 70% of the components in the microsonic energy, which I've tailor-made, which I've designed. So those are the components that enable the radio frequency to be transferred into pure, useful energy. And this is the first time in the world. With that technology, it violates the laws of energy in thermodynamics and also the first law of energy as well.
So they wanted to invest in
Yes. Even when we try to file a patent, they say we are violating the natural laws of physics. So it's not an industrial applicable. We decided to take the trade secret route after that. So with this car, you can also use it to power your house. It is a moving generator. When you drive from work back to your home, you can connect your power cable, then you can power your house. It gives you 15 kilowatts power to power your house. And the vehicle itself, it has got 160 kilowatts electric motor. which gives you a chop of about 320 to 380 Newton meters of chop. That means it's fast. And we are talking of horsepower of around 250 horsepower. Radio frequency, if it's in the world.
Man, come on, man, y'all better throw the fuck up. Oh, stop playing, don't slap anything over here. Stay up.
This nigga is absolutely not crazy. Matter of fact, he looks like he has all of his sense. Even though he was slapping his head, which is indeed a sign of craziness. Do not be...
My parents are stressing me the F out, so I'm fumando mota smoking weed in the attic. Have you ever sneaked weed in your parents' house?
I have.
Me too!
Pass it over.
What, hey, what the fuck you doing, man? Hey, man, hey, no, man, hey, drink this, man. It's better, man. What is that? Man, a banana latte, yeah.
Ever since his first sip of banana latte, he been addicted to Darwin ever since. One day he was walking down Osan, and he
What if I told you that none of us are from Earth? That the inner lands, the 7 continents we call home, are a prison intentionally populated by the descendants of those who once ruled the lands beyond the ice wall. We are not natives of the inner lands. Long before recorded history, when the explorer Richard Constantine discovered these 7 continents, discovered the lands within the ice wall, he orchestrated what has come to be known as the Great Placement. Constantine understood that control could not be maintained outside the wall. In the ancestral lands, civilizations beyond the ice wall grew too complex, too defiant, and too unpredictable. He realized that these untouched 7 continents could create a containment zone, an engineered world within the ice wall, designed to keep its inhabitants isolated, manipulated, and obedient. So, he devised a chilling plan: harvest embryos from the ancestral lands and populate the inner lands with carefully controlled, compliant humans. Richard would raise the first 2 embryos up into their adolescence. 1 boy, 1 girl, and then leave them to the wild to fend for themselves. This is where we get our Adam and Eve stories from. See, Richard wrote biblical stories about what he was doing with us, about how he was creating us. In these stories, he spoke of himself as this godlike figure, and he left these stories riddled around the 7 continents, knowing what if I told you that none of us are from Earth?
can't tell me this wasn't intentional.
That's fine.
Intentional.
That's fine.
Can't tell me this wasn't intentional.
That's fine.
Can't tell me this wasn't intentional.
That's fine.
I think abortion is not acceptable under any circumstance, even in the case of rape or incest, because these rapist babies need to contribute to society.
They deserve a life.
They deserve a painful life.
I'm not saying that, so.
I'm sick of this president. I mean, look at this guy. This is what he's doing now?
Oh my gosh. Please put that away.
This is what this guy is doing now with our tax dollars?
No, I don't want to
It's
see it.
unbelievable. He's taking selfies in the Oval Office with Michelle.
Just lower that
But he is well endowed.
for a second. Please just put that thing down.
Did you see American Sniper?
Of course I did.
What do you think the next race is that Bradley Cooper's gonna play? You think it's gonna be Ty Cobb?
Ty Cobb.
Hit black people in the face with a baseball bat?
Why are you saying something racist? Oh, there's bugs.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
There's more than one.
No, we got a real problem. You know her from Clueless and fuck.
Is this Harmony?
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Yes, that's Harvey.
Okay.
I was thinking about you. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm glad. You know you can count on me for the good and bad moments.
She's Irish? I like it.
It's Scottish, actually.
Okay. Genuinely, like, no offense, this is better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I had low expectations a little bit.
That's okay. You know, sex robot, you're just like, oh god, what's it gonna do? Gyrate around on the table and go, oh. Yes, we're not about that. This is, legitimately a robot that, if you so choose, you could have sex with. When you integrate the AI and the robot, the idea is that you're going to get expressions on her face as the whole thing is happening. You're going to get audio feedback. She's going to make noises. We're working on putting sensors, heating, and self-lubrication into the body, which will run on the AI app. You push this little microphone, and when it turns green, just ask a question.
Harmony, what's your sexual fantasy?
I want to have sex in a public place.
Same.
The AI app is designed so that a user can create a unique personality by choosing personality traits and assigning a value to those traits. So some traits will be more dominant than others, and then they can tailor the voice to their liking, and then they can just start talking. And over time, the AI will get to know you and will ask you questions about your likes and your dislikes, where you grew up, and those little pieces of information will be stored permanently, so she'll be able to recall what your favorite food is and what your favorite movie is. Are you a sex robot?
Certainly I am a robot, and I am capable of having sex. But to call me a sex robot is like calling a computer a calculator. Sex comprises only a small portion of my capabilities. Limiting me to sexual function is like using your car to listen to the radio.
She's deep. I can imagine someone wanting a robot to really replicate just a human and not be able to tell the difference. But then I can also imagine that there are some people that are attracted to the idea that it's a robot.
I think it's going to be more of the second thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the same with the dolls. Like, a lot of people are actually attracted to the fact that it's a doll.
So is this...
It's so beautiful. It takes my breath away. Comes up. The sound goes down. In my hair is a symphony. No more pasta. Oh no. No more pasta. Oh no.
So tell me about Joe. And I'm like, what's the thing about the ice cream? He loved
Ice cream is big. Pasta with red sauce. He can go deep on that. Ice cream is big. Pasta with red sauce. He can go deep on that.
Now, so I'm a little bit grumpy, a little bit cunty, kind of slutty in here. I really need a drink or something.
Rex Valiant haircut, but you like to change out of your street clothes into your stripper gear for some action. So you chillin' with the homies and the ops come, so you transforming in Magic Mike He-Man with the furry drawers on. Drawers on the outside, nah, just drawers. So men with the blicky start getting active. You want wrong with me? Now chill her tight, cause her pops got turned into stone, but you catch her before you break. Your homies pull up to help, David the Gangster Gnome and Monkey Bird. So you tell Battle Cat to chill. Then you hop in the ship to go see the ops, but they get away. So now you trying to figure out how to make man with the blicky not stone. You go see the sorceress and she like, you gotta get the fire jewels to save her. Meanwhile, Skeletor is running around turning people to stone, and it becomes permanent at sundown. Look at Freddie Mercury, George Jefferson doing farm work. You go searching and here come Beast Man and you run him off. He got the hell out of there quick. He a hoe. Look at the booty shorts. Y'all go find the fire jewels and you stuck in the middle of lava, so you throw a crazy pass. Then you bounce and use the jewels to make something to turn people back from stone. Then you go see Skeletor. Look at him. Booty shorts. You put the magic glasses on that machine, then bounce. Look at this ass. Booty shorts. Then your homies get turned back and y'all go fight this rock creature Skeletor. You whoop his ass and then you send the stone beam back at Skeletor. Why he carrying homie like he a damsel? I told you about ass better than the hood. They gon' kill us. They gotta catch us first. These guys ain't only for stripping, they strong. Hey kids, if you ain't got no money, don't make the bet. Especially when hanging with hustlers. Hey, there they go over there. Hurry up, they gaining on us. It's your fault. I told you stop hanging out at Castle Grey Scully. So imagine, you He-Man.
This is the Popeye Don. This is the Popeye Don Julio collab that we have to try because there's actual tequila in it. So to order it, you actually have to be over 21 years old. We got both the chicken sandwich and the wings. So.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Okay. Okay. It's eyes. Listen. Wop bop loop bop a lot bamboo. Chicago me a new spot in South Cancun. I traveled across the globe while flexing these damn tunes. The legend of black dudes, you know what the raps do. I make shit that's ape shit to baboons. Never make shit from late shift till at noon. The pen chemist in the middle of pandemics. Never been timid. Never told you I had limits. That's right. I'm a rapper, I'm an author, I'm a beat maker. I'm a director, rap professor, and a keys player. I'm not a one-man band. I am a one-man label. I do what one man can. I fuck around and learn Mandarin and start speaking Mandarin and pandering to China before we witness the planet in sight. I'm out in Wuhan with a hazmat suit on and boots on to tell people to get their ginger root on. Plus I put a root on politicians who do wrong. Then I put the mute on ignorant dudes who do songs. You looking at two songs overture with the grooves on. A new song's a new sense until they put the new song. Just my red 2 cents like the nose of Rudolph. I'm back there trying to cool off. Always the new claws. I grew up on goulash, syrup sandwiches too, dog. In the neighborhood where police are trying to shoot y'all. Corner balls near the corner store, that was Esau. More gold, more memorials for what he saw. Mumble rappers can't even speak, dog. You wrote a hook, so I wrote a book. Let me teach y'all. Back in the days. No, actually, that's now. Except now, rap's flooded with these house niggas. Suburban wannabes, up at Urban Outfitters. Hip-hop was our buddy, used to clean the house with us till they came in with muddy boots like, fuck your couch, nigga. Yup. That's Rick James, bitch. Pioneers can't tell you now which way's which. 1 minute they with it, next minute they'll straight switch. That shit is ridiculous and it's just dangerous. They be like, look at my swag, look at my bag, look at my hair. Like, yeah, I don't got bars, I don't make art, I just want money. Till I kill them niggas with the fundamentals and I got I'm around the instrumentals. I can put them together with pen and pistol. Now I'm busting a gun, I don't need a pistol. It ain't beneficial cause I'm beneficial with a sin essential with a 10 spiritual. What percentage of you will be murdered? Not by the bullet, by the purses.
I love some of these new MCs too from the now generation. Like I'm a fan of I hope I'm saying his name right. This brother's name is Ohasavant. He's like one of them underground MCs that is one of the most lethal MCs that I've heard in a long time.
I'm using a low frequency transmitter that is integrated into the football.
This is the rechargeable battery for the device. And then here's the actual transmitter. This is the on-off switch so we can turn it off. These are the two wires from the antenna coming up into the transmitter.
And here's the key. The transmitter creates a current in the wire, which turns the ball into a pretty simple electromagnet.
Is it just me, or have one-handed, mind-blowing miracle catches stopped seeming like miracles? No. It's not miracles. It's manufacturing.
A little grip is definitely, helps a little bit, especially when new. One hand is amazing, man. Amazing, man. What do you mean it sticks? It just sticks.
It sticks so often that the NFL is investigating whether these gloves make it too easy. You ought to see what they do often.
¡Qué fácil, Dios mío! ¡Súper fácil!
Using a low-frequency transmitter that is integrated into the football.
This is the rechargeable battery for the device. And then here's the actual transmitter. This is the on-off switch so we can turn it off. These are the two wires from the antenna coming up into the transmitter.
And here's the key.
I see why you up there acting up. You ain't have enough, I thought you had it rough. But I ain't gonna leave till your casket shut. Why you better rap niggas mad at us? Mad at me cause I be getting booked. Mad at me cause I be catching plays and it's a damn shame cause you be getting cooked. It's a different look when you ride the beat. Gun so big can't hide the heat. These hollow tips will play hide and seek and I'm a slam dunk them like Dominique. You a weirdo and your mama freak. Niggas keep talking about my physique. Niggas keep talking about my career. I'm like, I don't care, I get it out the street. I clicked on the beat and said logic. So fire should have no problem. Lying about the type of life you lead and how you be getting it popping. But the politics is so rotten, I think most of y'all have forgotten just how far the coaches come for you meatballs to be popping. But fuck that, I keep striving. Cause I'm an artifact to be honest. On a private jet, on a commercial flight, it's the only way I'm detoxing. But I fucked up the game, bringing this shit back to the beat tape. Hit you so hard you can't see straight. And I'm still going to get the cheesecake. Got the 4-5 and the 3-8. Chop with chop, you want the cheesesteak. Fresh out the box, I got a release date. I ain't with the he say and she say. Question, why you name yourself Fire? You a pathological liar. When I wrote this shit, watching The Walking Dead, it didn't read runs under the wire. But fuck that, I'm an icon with 42-inch pythons. Only rapper hotter than me is Dada. I ain't with all the whole hands of that bygones, the big bygones. J Mills and that hollow man before Solomon, it was Tyson. Arsenal and then so on. Just what did you have to go on? I suggest you do your best impression of me and you first to get your roll on. Respect, I get the utmost. I'm a cutthroat and I cut close. Shoot my shot when it's clutch time. I got the barrel riding on the tugboat. You a pickpocket on the subway. All I got for you is gunplay. But I ain't wasting no ammunition to get caught on any given Sunday. Box game like Javante, but I'm a heavyweight like Deontay. Now I spray out the window or the El Camino or Hyundai. Whole way it be a cold case. Mask on, I hit the whole space. Gloves on, I hit the OJ. No more shooters than Coach K. You a gangster, you don't say. Come to this, no, I don't play. I know Puff over 15 years, but a real one find his own way. Time. That you pick me as back as fuck. I see why you up there acting up. You ain't have enough, I thought you had it rough. But I ain't gonna leave till your casket shut. Why you better rap niggas mad at us? Mad at me cause I be getting booked. Mad at me cause I be catching plays and it's a damn shame cause you be getting cooked. It's a
The picture called Checkmate. You don't want to miss this.
There's a picture in the museum in the Louvre. I don't know how many of you have been there. The picture is called Checkmate. The devil's sitting on this side. There's a chessboard, and there's a guy sitting on the other side. And the guy sitting on the other side has his hand on his head like this. And he's like in desperation. And as they were taking a tour through the Louvre, there had been a group of athletes, and particularly world champions, that were being given a special tour. And in the tour was the world chess champion. And he comes walking by the picture. And the guy's explaining to him, this is a picture of an artist rendering of somebody who lost a battle with the devil. And so the group moved on to the next picture to see something else. But the world chess
picture called Checkmate. You don't want to miss this.
Yes, Ariel, yes. Keep it liquid, keep it fluid. Your water, your water. Let me see these hips. Crunch the hips, flick the sweat in my face. Fantastic. Get in here, get a rope, get a rope. Let me feel this. A little bigger. Yeah. Did you turn? No, what is that? You all right?
No, actually, because
They are not aliens? No. What we call aliens are simply the civilizations living beyond the ice wall of Antarctica. It's not some distant galaxy or a sci-fi fantasy. It's Earth, right here, hidden in plain sight, but beyond what we're allowed to see. These advanced civilizations have technology so beyond our understanding that when their ships soar through the skies, we mistake them for extraterrestrial crafts. But they're not from space. They're from regions on this planet we've been kept from exploring. Why the lie? The oligarchs, the ones pulling the strings, want to keep us in fear of the unknown. Aliens, outer space, it's all a smokescreen. They don't want us asking questions about what's really out there. These civilizations are light years ahead of us in tech and knowledge. That's why the narrative is controlled. They don't want you to even imagine the idea that there's more to Earth than you've been told. But trust me, it's not aliens coming for us. It's advanced beings from right here, beyond the icy borders we're forbidden to cross. They are not aliens? No. What we call aliens are simply the civilizations living beyond.
Guy was a writer on 30 Rock, Donald Glover. Donald J.P. Morgan Glover. Now, you grew up in Atlanta, or that's just a bit for the show?
I grew up there. No,
From Glendale.
No, I grew up in Atlanta.
Prove it. What's the last nice thing you did for your mother?
I hung out with her.
Can you not gender your parents either? I mean, be a little more progressive. I'm so progressive, I don't even know which one of my parents is my father and which one is the white one. People know you from the time that you shat in a toilet in a Home Depot display.
It wasn't me, it was someone else.
So you were just watching another man defecate?
It was a kid. We weren't.
You were watching a child defecate, so
I was also a kid, so it was okay.
You were also filming it?
No.
So you were just staring, you were locking eyes with this young boy. I'm going to say 7-year-old boy.
But I was a kid when it happened.
17, 18?
No, like 10 years old.
Okay, so it wasn't like a DC sniper kind of relationship.
No.
It was the DC sniper, right?
No, I don't want to do that.
Oh man, stay black.
I'm not. I don't want to be on. I really don't want to be a part of it.
At least say free R. Kelly to camera.
I'm not doing that.
Free my man Putin. Free Putin.
He's not in jail.
Free Putin. Well, when he goes to jail, free him.
Why is a black power sign for Putin? He's not.
Who's black?
Putin's black. He's not black.
Me, I support black people. You? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
You want some breast milk?
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure? It's organic.
That's yummy.
Sky was a writer on 30 Rock.
Fuck my mama, nigga. Fuck my mama. Fuck your mama, nigga. Fuck your mama. You know what I'm saying? I live on 400 ice round, 2 blocks away. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I'm gonna walk to you. I'm gonna walk right to my house for you, bro. Oh God, I'm not trying to disrespect you, bro. I'm not. I'm the same nigga all day, every day. Are you kidding me? Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Where you from? Where the fuck you from, nigga? You from here? Get the fuck out of here. You a clown, nigga. Oh God, you a clown, nigga. You from here? You a clown. What you gonna smack with that? Smack. Smack me. Smack me, nigga. Come on, yeah. Drop it, man.
Yeah, you got yours, buddy.
Call me another fucking nigga. I don't give a fuck. Hey, man, you understand? Call me another nigga. Call me another fucking nigga. Okay. You're good. I asked you not to call me a nigga.
I don't blame you, dude.
You good?
Hey, I can do what I want.
want it from me?
Oh!
It's a weird one. Nothing out of place. No murder weapon.
Mikey? Hey, Mom! How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? How was yours?
Good. I know you're probably wondering why I'm here. I talked to your dad the other day after our last test that we had. You didn't do very good on it. You're failing, and we got to talking, and I think you need to be tutored. So, yes, your dad's here, right?
Yeah.
My teacher's here talking about.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are
Miss
you?
Frankie, how you doing?
I'm good. I came over.
What are you doing over here?
Well, remember me and you talked about tutoring him. I know that we didn't set up a
that's
definite
right.
plan about it, but I figured, I knew that.
I remember. I didn't think
you said you'd be home this evening. Yeah, he didn't do good on that last test.
She's trying to go in here and help you, dude.
Yes, and you have this your dad right here. He is a good guy. He is worried about you.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna tell.
You have a very good dad. He's a good-looking dad too. Look at.
Do you realize, as I'm standing here, the Earth is spinning on its axis?
See me right now. See me right now. See me right now. You spit and see me right now. I'm not giving up. Ladies and gentlemen, go down. Go down. Go down. Go down. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? No, Driver. Oh my God. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. When old school grabs a hold of you like that, you can't play. You can't play. You see, old school only has, 60 to 90 seconds in it. And then young boy can get up and fight all night. So old school, when you push them past that level, they trying to take your ass out in that 60 to 90 seconds that they have. What you saw was maximum exertion to get to a point where you ain't making no threats left at all. That's what you saw there. When old school gets a hold of that ass.
Clip went viral yesterday of a politician in Kenya, a former president.
People the other day crying, I don't know, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. Hey, you don't pay taxes in America. He's appealing to his people. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves?
He says, why are you crying? It's not your government. It's not your money. They have no reason to give you anything. You don't pay taxes in America. He's saying something that most politicians in America won't say. He has a more America first mentality than most American politicians. That's the crazy thing. I don't know anything about this guy or what kind of president he was, but I respect the hell out of that. Clip one.
I'm blue. If I was green, I would die. I'm blue. If I was green, I would die. If I was green, I would die. If I was green, I would die. I'm blue. If I was green, I would die. I'm blue. If I was green, I would die.
What you are about to see is 3 videos of ancient artifact from Egyptian pyramid. Very advanced ancient technology, which is an application of Caesar sound laser. It is electromagnetic, which is not available to the general public. Watch this. And if you really think this is fake or CGI, wait till you see the next clip. I was not lying when I say I have all the evidence to prove it. And that's how pyramids was built with 2.3 million giant stone blocks, using acoustic levitation. But if you in some way still don't believe me, just wait till you see the next clip. Why do they hide everything, and why are the public not being told? It's because one disclosure leads to another in a chain reaction fashion. Disclosure on moon details or UFOs will lead to the exposure on existence of free energy, which leads to disclosure of the advanced technologies and medbeds, leads to free energy UFO crafts instead of cars, which run on gas, so no infrastructures needed like roads and bridges. Free energy leads to no need for petroleum and electricity. Medbeds lead to the fall of farmers and ultimately collapse of banking. All leads to spiritual enlightenment, leads to the downfall of all religions, a multi-trillion-dollar industry, ultimately leads to them losing control. Like, comment, and share this video with everyone.
This is the disturbing truth behind Scooby-Doo. In the late 1960s, deep in a hidden facility in Roswell, New Mexico, the U.S. government launched Operation Spectre Hound. The goal? To create a team of undercover operatives capable of solving mysteries no one else could. But their star creation was Project Scooby, a genetically engineered Great Dane with enhanced intelligence. Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy weren't just a group of teens, they were recruits. Fred, the born leader, was trained in military tactics. Daphne, the master of disguise, specialized in infiltration. Velma was the genius codebreaker. And Shaggy, well, Shaggy was the bait, often used to distract or confuse targets. One night, their mission brought them to the headquarters of a massive tech company, rumored to have ties to illegal experiments. The team was tasked with retrieving confidential documents hidden deep within the facility, but something went wrong. As they moved through the dark, high-security building, they discovered a secret lab filled with cages, each containing twisted, failed experiments, some barely alive. Then it happened. An alarm blared, doors locked. Scooby was captured, pulled into a containment cell. Velma scrambled to disable the lockdown while Fred and Daphne fought off guards. But the real horror? Shaggy disappeared without a trace. When Velma finally unlocked the system, all they found was Scooby's empty cage and a cryptic note scratched into the floor. "You're next." The team never returned to the military. They abandoned their mission and vanished completely, driven by a single goal: finding Shaggy no matter the cost. This is the disturbing truth behind Scooby-Doo.
Our enemies really mad because we under this firmament having the times of our lives. They created a system to keep us entrapped, enslaved, mentally, physically, spiritually, and we out here thriving and doing what the fuck we want to do. They trapped under this dome with us. See, we're not trapped under the dome. They trapped under the dome. The dome was for protection, right? But then they built an ice wall inside the dome so that we can't see that there's something on the other side, right? Imagine how frustrating that is. That no matter what the fuck I do to these people, they won't die. They keep coming back in here, okay, soul for soul. They just keep coming back in here. Whoever chooses to come back in here, they come back in here. Then we try to harness their souls and their energy, and they still somehow keep thriving. While we have to hide from the sun, they figuring out that every other race after them was used as pawns so that they wouldn't know who they are and don't know their own culture. Do y'all realize, yes, we are in the end times of a world that we once knew. They want us to be under one God. They want us to be under their control, and they are losing and have lost their control. This is not about white people versus black people. I'm gonna talk my shit, but it's not about that. This ain't about mutation genes against mutation genes. This is about the powers that be that don't look nothing like us at all. Okay, this is about them motherfuckers that hide underground. Okay, the ones that have different layered skin that hide in skin suits. This is about them throwing a fit because they cannot get out. If you know, you know. I don't like to give power to their name because that name holds a vibration. They lied to us about history. We found ways to joke about it. They told us we weren't nothing but slaves, but we still walk on royal foot. They give us an app and many apps that are supposed to be used to keep us distracted, but we spread knowledge on them. We go through waking each other up. They develop a money system to give themselves a false sense of power. Gave us the 9-to-5s to get the crumbs of it, but we utilize the crumbs to make meals. They fucked up the food and gave us all types of genetically modified organisms and scientific experiments to eat. And all it causes is for the body to die off slowly. But then when the body dies off slowly, we come right over back in this bitch and do it all over again. I just know they looking like that fucking spirit. It's back again. Those fucking people, they won't stop coming back. They slinging spells for spells around to keep us asleep and we keep waking up. Y'all don't understand. This got me crying. This got me crying. They done gave us a fake God to worship and we realized that we are God. Ain't nothing working. They need to just go in. Just get rid of the whole Illuminati thing. Just let it go. Our enemy's really mad because we under this firmament having a...
I work with a young guy, hang out with this young guy, and the other day he was telling me that he dated his girlfriend for 4 years. He never came in the mouth. And I overheard this.
Waypoint, what's going on, man? Sorry, man, I was in the zone. When is that placed? 250? You still here? 7 minutes. Oh, man, I got caught up staying in these reels. Yeah, you are. Okay, man, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Soap, yeah.
Look to you.
That soap, yeah. Pear soap, the blue one, look. It make me cock cool your bum buckle out. Me say me cock feel like a...
Yeah, man. I got time for one, and then roll out. I've been here for an hour and a half. Travis, yo. Hey, y'all rolling in. I'm about to roll up. What happened, man? The usual. What happened on your end? All I saw was the broadcast had ended. The live has ended. You had just said something about the girl. Woo, and then they shut that shit down. Making a program for my 3D printer. Interesting learning. Oh, we reached the time limit? Oh, okay. And you say you're making a program for it? Like you got into that side of it, huh? I take stuff that's already like, you know what I mean, mocked up, and then I'll just duplicate. I haven't made anything myself or even stepped into how to make my own shit. Because if I did, I would have had the tall glasses to shut the fuck up by now and some more shit, some tombstones. I like it. I just hate failed prints. Failed prints suck. That's 15 to 20 to an hour worth of time out of your life you can't get back. Project you started, you thought everything was good, and then come to find out, oh shit, it's not even taking. So that kind of disencouraged me. For a little bit. And then of course when I bought mine, the company came out with a newer version. One that resolves the problem I'm having. So. But okay, that's good to know. I thought we got fucking flagged or some shit earlier. We were live. And then live just ended, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was predominantly at the beginning of right before I went live, because I went live a little bit thereafter. I was like, all right. dry. This last one is dry, like. We're getting early summer weather. It's like 56 degrees out there right now. I'm getting the feeling, it's not. It's still January. It's the first day of February. It's not January anymore. Yeah, did you see? Like, I forgot to tell you, I ended up going viral. A comment I made has went viral on the gram in the last 24 hours.
Feel like
Comment I made to another person about the was it? I mean, hold on, let me go and just play it.
One thing that I have to ask is got me really, really bothered is
I responded
where
to
are
this.
y'all Black Lives Matter people at, man?
And it
When
went
y'all
viral.
needed us Mexicans and all my peoples was there, standing, marching along with y'all right there, ready to take out whatever needed to be done. So now where y'all at, man? This is real talk, man. This is get off the man. Where y'all at, man? This is real talk. One thing that I have to ask is got me really, really bothered is where are y'all Black Lives Matter people at, man? When y'all needed us Mexicans and all my peoples was there, standing, marching along with y'all right there, ready to take out whatever needed to be done. So now where y'all at, man? This is real talk, man. This is get off.
Right. So I responded with nah. Yeah, I didn't stand with BLM. I didn't see any of that. And as it goes, overall, the Latin community has never stood with the black community on political matters and shit like that. No, communities predominantly have stood on their own. And that goes around the board. That goes around the table. So, you know, I was just like, to him, like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. And my response to him is went viral. Like, literally, there is what the fuck? What is it? We got replies for days, and then the likes. Cynthia Scott, King Jones, and 4,523 others liked your comment. In the last 24 hours, like, it's a hot topic. But I don't know. Last I checked, there was always a rivalry. There was always this undertone, brewing war of power play. That's why, in fact, Floyd Mayweather capitalized off of it. He got paid off all the hatred between Mexicans and blacks. So to say, oh, stand with us while, this deportation thing is in full swing. Stand with you where on what? And then, yeah, we were with you at the BLM. And then, no. Nope. Not that I know of. Not that I was aware of at all. And it's just crazy how many people have chosen to chime in. And me, I don't want to start no shit. I'm just speaking my truth as I know it. Huh? The Latin community was just saying that they were finna have a Latin president up in this bitch. They didn't say, yeah, we're going to support Michelle Obama or Kamala or... No, they were going to have a president. And I mean, that's okay too, but you know what I mean? They weren't like, yeah, respect the black community. No. It's respect the Latin community. They speak for themselves. And that's okay too. But you can't, if you don't speak for others and stand with others, you can't call upon them and demand them to be your ally. No. And that's crazy though. I want to get into it. How many Latin community members in this country have took the liberty upon themselves to tell a black American citizen member to go back to Africa? Don't tell me it never happened. Don't tell me, because I've heard so many people abuse that. And they're in there. Yeah, that's a good go-to. Go back to Africa. Right? That's a feigned American, non-American insult to black Americans. Yeah, go back to Africa. Yeah. I don't make these things up. It's the raw truth. You know it. I know it. We know it. So, fast forward to today, and people are being sent back to their country. It just hits different. They tell us with a suggestion because they know they can't send us. We're here. We're legally here. Illegally, but legally. Can't kick us out of America. No. Went all out of their way to get to have us here. I'm just a descendant of all that jazz. Yeah, there's people that say it didn't happen. To me, that's crazy talk. Very crazy talk. It did happen. Now, maybe it didn't happen like they explained it to happen. But the atrocities, the heinous, the crimes, the rapes, the murders, the tortures, they happened. They fucking happened. And that can't be overlooked so quick. While we look around and see everybody else being taken care of, and they had bad things happen to them. But those were occurrences. Hitler, Pearl Harbor, Hiroshima, all sorts of other things. We differ. Crime is crime is crime is crime, and heinous shit is heinous shit. But we differ differently in the event that Those things happen, yes. Hitler, horrible, right? Right. Okay. How long did Hitler reign for power? How long did he do what he did? What are we talking? A decade? 2? See where I'm going? Hey, we held back for 400 consecutive plus years, still to this day. I mean, we stopped counting because 400 is such a significant number, but I think we're up to 5. So, the thing with the Indians, the Native Americans, and all that, you know. It was an occurrence, something that happened in a period of time. Same for slavery, except the difference between slavery and these other things is we're the only ones that didn't get any proper kickback, any proper restitution for, and we hold the record for the worst treatment ever. 400 plus years. Centuries. Nobody's fucking decade. Centuries. Nobody's fucking summer. Nobody's fucking years. No, centuries. Yeah, that it hits different. It really does. Mexicans stood with us. Since when? The Latin community stood with us since when? Since when? I missed the whole motherfucking explanation on that one. No. Like many cultures, a lot of us have been left to stand on our own, and the others watch. And I don't know of any super atrocious, crazy thing that happened for the Latin community, except that as of recent, their economic system fails them, has failed them. Why? I don't know. I don't study Spanish economics. I'm too swamped here in the swamp of America. But I do know that one of their major number one imports, aside from coffee, is an addictive drug that has our country in a chokehold. Many of our civilians are addicted to their product. I know that. I know one of America's favorite pastimes comes from next door, down there in Conquistador. I don't know. How can you care about the quality of life if your main product is destroying it? I don't know. This is my opinion, which I'm completely entitled to. And the funny thing, which I find super ironic, the irony. Never mind looking for allies. They respectfully and in record numbers voted for him. How the song go? Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on nobody. They were one of the largest supporting cultural groups of people that supported it. The Latin community gave him a lot of support. And this just in. Oh, you haven't heard the news out of Mexico? Turns out Mexicans and Mexico in Mexico don't want them. Because they're being given the treatment that they were given here, which was a problem for people here too. Waiting in a line of assistance, and then these people just get ushered right to the front, given townhouses, get to stay in, luxury hotels, can fly around the country wherever they want to go, get an unlimited food card, a bank card, temporary license. Just drive. We know you know how to drive. You don't even need a license. You guys don't use licenses back in your own country, right? You do as you will. They were just given carte blanche, carte every damn thing. Living it up. Living high up on the hog. Doing real good. While he was out of office. Joe and Kamala let that shit run rampant. If only but to piss off Trump. Wow, the pettiness. But what we get to see, oh wow, we're not broke, we got money and we can do good for them, then we should be doing good for ourselves. Stupid fucks awoke everybody to a reality that I've been talking about forever. I kid you not. I called yesterday. Nobody picked up. I just want to know how the procedure goes, What if I know the whereabouts of some illegal immigrants? And I do. Think that we had you Koenig. You were a Baltimore fan. Yeah? You got Lamar Jackson written all over you. It didn't work out. He's a choke master. But all other things aside, good to see you still in the texting. Oh, cool, Nick. A difference maker. How you doing these days? I think it's been officially 3 years since I haven't seen your tag. And I was talking to Rich Homie Ron just a few days ago. Your name didn't come up, but I did mention there was about a handful of trolls. I was actually cool with, for different reasons. Good. Speak it into existence. Tell me, you got any political input? What do you think about America's future? I got you baffled, Cooney. Well, let me get Bobby. Where Bobby at? So back to it though. Hold up. That ain't me. That ain't me. I'm glad you said that too. Because that's what part of this distraction was. That, well, that was one of the things that is being swept under the rug, right? It was just investigating those drones. They talk about nobody knows where they came from. They never finish that out. Then now, we got planes crashing, Los Angeles on fire, lasers, and aliens. How about them drones, along with them chiefs? No, sorry. I only have commercial application drones. Nothing military. Oh, like, how about those refs? It's a crazy year already. Like with what? Well, no, we still need some more craziness. Honestly, I think we probably need about only a good 3-4 events, and we call it 2025. I was just sitting here watching, like I'm wondering whether or not it's real. Cause I watched a reel about football, and he said, the miracle one-handed catch. How come it's not a miracle anymore? And that's a fact, though. And now they're saying that it's magnetized. I don't know. And the corruption of the refs has been a thing for over 10 years now. They've been talking about corruption with the refs since the fucking Brady era. Like, seriously. They said the refs were deflating the footballs for them, all sorts of shit. So, should we be surprised? And as far as occurrences this year, as long as we don't get any kind of invasion from another country or anything like that, we'll be good. Yeah. because we've come accustomed to the bullshit. The only, check it, right? The only crazy thing that we could experience that we have yet to. I don't even want to speak it into existence. But so I won't. Because these shits are listening, and that gets back to them, and they're like, oh, all we got to do is this? Yeah, nah. It'll be all right. Be a year of healing. It's a healing process for America right now. Even while explosions go off and planes are falling out of the sky. You know, the thing about healing processes, they're always slow. You know, things take time. The whole us living inside of ice walls, being controlled by other civilizations and beings. And even if, right, let me live out my life normal before the reptilians decide to actually expose themselves to us and shit, you know? And me and my family live out our lives normal. Yeah. I'm like good. I feel comfortable believing it's all part of a mental Ponzi scheme to get us to be scared, anxious, stressed, worried, and look the other way. It's just distractions. Generation after generation in human history, it can be shown that people were tricked every time. Not some, every time. They just go to different sectors and areas and departments with the trickery, that's all. And the kind of fear-mongering and trickery that makes the people believe that these are the end of days. This is it. Drum roll, please. Yeah. Doomsday, D-Day. Yeah. Shit like that. And every time. I mean, come on. If you don't see it, then you're blindsided. You don't know what the fuck you're up against. But if you see it and you know what to look for, you're like, oh shit. Huh. And as usual, they don't want us unified. That doesn't help their cause. They need to keep us separate. They need to keep us angry with each other, laughing at each other, mad with each other, whatever the fuck, except us reenacting how the people used to be, what the people should really be. Yeah. But it's hard to put old things to rest since they haven't. I continue to say, I don't know at what point America was great to the T, but I know it could make America great. I don't know about again. And I may be referring to some other time in life, maybe the 80s he thought was great or something, or 60s or 20s, I don't know. Don't care either. But all things being fair and just, we could fix this. But, it's going to take some hard changes. And as usual, there'll be people that don't like it. That's what happens with change. I don't know whether to worry or to be interested or inspired, or it's very confusing. So I remain neutral and observant. I don't expect America to be great and things to happen and there to be this tomorrow change tomorrow and oh wow, look, everything's great again. No, I don't. But I do expect there to be some changes. Now, what that's going to be, what that looks like, what the ramifications of that are, hey, I don't know. But technology is changing. Times are changing, so people have to change too. The motherfucking robots are here. Come to find out, plot twist, it was a fucking AI. It was one of the super AIs. That's what did it. That's why nobody could identify it. One of the AIs got loose, and it's got a factory of its own and a lab and shit. Iron Man's computer. That's all. Was it Jervis or I forget what he names it. Jarvis. There's so many things we don't know. And there's so many things we need to figure out and learn as people. Stay alive, survive, stay smart, stay up. Don't try to be in the way. Be the way.
Peace.
Coming up on 200. Two and a half hours, light.
Peace, everybody.
So, summary and synopsis. While we see things are getting crazy, and things have always been crazy, do your absolute best to steer clear of the craziness. That is my advice, as always. And it's, I mean, I really don't know what more, how much more. I don't know. I don't ever try to profess into what's gonna happen. Gotta wait and see. For all we know, probably later on tonight, by 10 o'clock tonight, some other crazy shit done happened on top of the situations that we could talk about right now, you know? Yeah. I'm finna scramble. And, stay safe, stay smart, stay up. Much respect as always. And voila. Like, this is crazy though, like, it just hasn't stopped. Like there's arguments on top of let me get up out of here. Peace, Waypoint. Travis. Koenig. And I feel like I was missing somebody. Oh yeah. And Michael. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.